What's up, my fellow coffee enjoyers? So this is gonna be a shorter video today, but I'm gonna get right into the topic here. So I I grew up with, physical media through Nintendo games, a lot of Nintendo consoles. I love the Xbox 360 era. Have a lot of great memories, fond memories of that era of gaming. But throughout the generations, I still feel like the console I've gravitated towards, especially in recent times, is the PlayStation consoles. And I've liked the PlayStation exclusives, and a lot of things associated with PlayStation have been relatively positive, and I've enjoyed, all of it for the most part, except for this modern generation of consoles, where it's been kind of mixed for me personally. But I still like games like Returnal, Astrobot, right? But in very much recently, there has been so much bad news in gaming all across the board from Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, right? And it's making this hobby a lot more stressful than I would like it to be, right? I just want to play games and appreciate the cool ideas and arts. And to me, games are art, right? They deserve to be preserved in any way they can. That's why physical media is so important, right? And you probably already know where this is going because you've probably heard about this. If not, PlayStation announced yesterday that in January 2028, they will be no longer making physical discs for games. And this is for all PlayStation games, by the way. Every PlayStation game, it seems like just no more physical discs in general. It'll be digital stuff only. So, for me personally, I buy a lot of games digitally. I think there's a world where you need both because digital media is really nice, it's convenient. I think it has a place. But physical media also is extremely important, and arguably it's more important overall because it keeps preservation of this very of this art. Like people worked on this stuff and it needs to be preserved. Things like movies, games, music, all of that, right? So, for me personally, why are we removing physical media outright? Especially since in the same announcement, apparently they're closing the PlayStation 3 stores and the PS Vita store. So all the digital only games will basically disappear forever. It, it's like we I'm as you can see, I don't even know where to go about my thoughts on this because mostly I'm just frustrated, right? And I've been trying to stay positive about the state of gaming, and I'll get into that in just a moment. But yesterday, when I heard about this, it basically ruined my whole day. I was frustrated. I talked to a bunch of people about it who were also frustrated when either they knew about it or I mentioned it to a few people who were like, wow, this sucks. This sucks. There's nothing positive to really say about it, in my opinion. Like, I've heard people's opinions of like, oh, they don't care, or oh, we should have seen this coming. Like, and it's like, sure. Like, I'm not gonna argue. Like, it's your opinion. I'm not upset at people for having opinions. I'm upset at PlayStation for making this decision. Right? This is a bad decision, and it feels like you're everything I've seen online about this. Everyone mostly agrees that this sucks. It feels like mostly that's what I've seen. I've seen a lot of the similar opinions. Like, this destroys physical media. This goes against the whole idea of where video games began as well. I'd almost say it dishonors a big part of gaming. I'm worried that other companies are gonna do the same thing, by the way. I really am. Because it's been nonstop bad news with video games, it feels like. Again, physical media is so important because there's a lot of insecurity with digital media, and you're seeing that a lot. Like I said, I'm trying not to get too involved with all this mentally because it's such a headache. I don't understand why we're doing these drastic things. I do understand it's called money, which is it's great. I'm glad you guys value money over realizing that we're the ones, the players, are the ones supporting these companies, right? But let's just not. pay attention to that fact or anything. So overall, I'm upset. And it's really hard to be happy about this. And you shouldn't be happy about this, in my opinion. I'm gonna be honest. It's just my opinion. But this sucks. And I'm not happy with PlayStation anymore. I don't even would I from this whole announcement and just the way things have been going lately, I would even personally say I like them anymore. I don't even know if I trust them anymore. I mean, I didn't trust them any of these big companies to begin with, but now I really don't at all now. Um and it's really hard to be happy with the state of AAA gaming, all that stuff. This whole announcement has been the final straw for me with every all the announcements I've heard lately, and calling it announcements like it's exciting. All the things I've heard lately, okay? This just sucks. And I've seen a lot of people talking about it online. I saw Moist Critical's video, Mudahar's video, a bunch of other stuff online from different people about it. I think Dolan Darkus made a video on it. And I saw some memes about it, which, in my opinion, it's good to try and make fun of this type of shit and add humor to it to to kind of cope with the fact that this is ridiculous, right? In my opinion, humor is a great way to cope with this type of stuff. Um, so I saw memes like me showcase or showing my PlayStation 6 collection, and it was a bunch of empty shelves. Great meme. I don't know who posted it. I don't remember, like, I don't remember the original guy who posted it, but that was a great meme. Whoever made that, great work. That's hilarious. Good stuff. So, um, I'm just really I'm unhappy with this, but I still want to highlight a little bit of positive stuff with video games because everything happening in the gaming industry is very stressful. It's frustrating, and it's making the whole hobby less enjoyable. But two things: continue to support physical media in spite of all this, um, because it is important to have physical media, especially with video games, but also all kinds of physical media for movies, music, like all that is so important. And lastly, support indie developers because in my personal opinion, the indie developers are the future of video games. And you're seeing it as of lately with all the bad things happening with video games. Indie developers, indie games are continuing and still being this like beacon uh in this hobby. So yeah, I mean that's really about it. I'm just not really happy with all this, but I will still continue to support indie developers, indie games, physical media as much as I personally can. And I don't know, hopefully there's some good news, but honestly, I'm just not happy with this. So, but yeah, that's really about it. So, take care, y'all, and see you in the next video.